Everybody gotta be quiet.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here, man. Let's talk about this. Welcome back to Screen Fiend. This is a great channel to subscribe to. You can become a member, and then we can see some behind the scenes stuff that we're putting out, and it's gonna be epic. Now, here's it, man. This movie, A Working Man, is produced and pretty much spearheaded by Sylvester Stallone. Same guys who did Beekeeper, which was a great movie, came with basically the same theme of Jason Statum being a construction worker in Chicago who ends up helping out people. You know, they get into a mess, but he's trying to give up that life. He's in a custody battle with his stepfather, with his father-in-law, and his father-in-law got custody of the daughter because he basically doesn't have a place to stay. He just sleeps in his car. So next thing you know, the girl who works at the plant, who's the daughter of the guy who owns the land development, actually gets kidnapped and, put into this thing where she's going to be sold. And that starts the movie when they ask him, can you please go get her for me? The parents, which spearheads the movie. And oh my gosh, which could have been a great setup for something, really good, turns out to be a rock'em sock'em robot type movie that is so bland. And it's like, oh my God, this is so bland. I've never seen, I was stunned because I don't think I've ever seen a Jason Statum movie so bland in my life. This was it. This thing here was super bland. The typical Russian mafia, take the girl, they want to put her into the ring of doing services for guys and stuff, and it was crazy. Believe me, it was crazy the way they edit stuff. The cutting and editing was bad, and the action scenes weren't that amazing at all. They was cheesy almost. And I'm like, this is way below what the Beekeeper was. And I'm like, it was like he walks in, do what he wants, and walks out. And it just didn't make any sense. All the way around the board, it just kept continuously went on a cycle of not making sense. It was at one point where they knew everything about him, right? The Russian mafia, and they went, boom, we got to get him. So they went to pick him up and go get him. They go to the house, and then they let somebody live. They just beat a guy up and tied him up and set a house on fire. And then he comes in and saves the day, and then all is forgiven. I'm just like, what is going on here? This movie had so many plot holes in it. I was just blown away by how much, the pacing was off, and it was a lot of dialogue in spaces. I'm like, this pacing is terrible. It's like all this wild action for 10 seconds, and it's like so all over the place, and it don't make sense. When have you ever seen this in life? A guy walks in, buys a bag of drugs, and next thing you know, the guy who sold him the drug, the boss said, I'm going to introduce you to the plug. When does that happen? Off one bag of dope. Dude just bought one bag of dope 48 hours ago, and now you introducing him to the plug the next day. Like, oh yeah, they got that? Okay, now I'm gonna introduce you to the man. I'm like, Why? What? Oh, because they need that to happen in the plot. Because I'm like, who would be stupid enough to do something like that? I'm finna cut my money short by introducing you to the plug for $5,000. It is costing you another $5,000, so you spent 10 grand just to do this. None of it made sense. That's what we're saying. None of it made any goddamn sense. If it made sense, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, scratching my head like, what the hell did I just see? So I give it 2.5 stars. Matter of fact, 2 stars. I give it 2 stars out of 4 for a working man. It's an okay movie. You're not gonna care about it. And T-minus 1, 2, 3. Then they set it up like it might be a sequel or something. I'm like, don't. Just don't. Just please don't. Y'all had a chance to make this a good movie and y'all effed it up. I don't know if it's Sylvester Stallone got involved or what. He saw Beekeeper and said, hey, yo, I can make this thing go. I mean, I could make this thing the next Rocky or Rambo. When I think of Rambo, I think of you taking this thing over. Yeah. That's right, Rambo. You know, if I ever come out with a new Rocky, you gonna be the next Rocky. Yep. You my guy. Trust me. Let me write this thing. Let me direct. I got it. What this movie needs is heart. And I got the heart for it. Well, you know, here we go. Keep Sylvester Stallone away from your projects. Okay, you saw what he did to Expendables. We don't want Expendables 4 no more. Keep him out the workroom. This was egregious. It wasn't that bad. Let me take it back. It wasn't that bad because it had a good premise. They just could not get it to work. Something as simple as that. They just couldn't get around the edges. They made everything so easy to where it didn't make any sense. You're looking at it, I'm like, that don't make any sense. Why would they say that? That don't make any sense. Why would they do that? If they know this, why would they do that? None of it made sense. But for the movie to work, they were like, well, we kind of need them to not care about him. After all he just did? That don't make any sense. So, it was one of those. Is it watchable? Yeah, it's watchable. Enjoy yourself. Watch it. Be entertained. But besides that, don't expect too much from this film. All right, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's your boy Carcino. If you saw A Working Man, tell me what you thought about it.